This mod adds actual generated structures into the world map, and so much more. Explorable structures, like in RimWorld, have been a strongly requested feature in Songs of Syx, and after waiting long for the ability to explore generated structures, I got a message begging me to try out this mod. This mod being none other than the Heroes of Syx mod, made by your boy Urliam. Of course, this mod is still in development, so feel free to leave your thoughts about this mod in the comments, or message Urliam yourself. As with other mod reviews, I'll be making my own way to mid-game to get a feel for how this mod works and to learn it, so you don't have to. And with that out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. I decided to hit record before I had enough troops to take my first region, and at this moment, I was concerned with upgrading research as fast as possible. And first things first, this mod also comes with a whole bunch of bells and whistles. So here, we have a palisade gate, a weaker alternative to the regular gate. To open and close this, you simply click on it, but as of recording, I could not see any difference, or knew if clicking on it even works. Another defensive structure this mod adds is the drawbridge, which is really cool. It requires metal and a lot of wood, and I assume it can be placed over water. Time to place houses for slaves, and expand food production as training took too long. Okay, time to place down one of these new buildings. This mod adds hero units who you can send out on their own custom adventures. On these adventures, these select hero units can find artifacts which they can equip in their own inventory system, and to store artifacts outside of their inventory system, you need a reliquary, which is remarkably inefficient as only one item can be placed on one tile, meaning that over time you'll need to sacrifice a lot of space just to store everything that you've gathered. And if you don't want to find relics on any adventure or siege, yes, we have generated cities. We'll get into that later. You can always build an artifactor to produce your own artifacts. However, this is not like any other production building, as you'll need to place storage twice, due to the vast amount of items needed to produce any artifact. As I was waiting for everything to build up, we got a raider. Do raiders even have their own generated structures? No. Any raids against your city happen as they usually would. I also ran into a glitch where I was able to drop my troops right in front of the enemy, but as of recording this, I heard it's been fixed. I of course won and gained some free slaves out of it. One thing I forgot to mention is that this mod comes with Purple Goose region rework mod, which was satisfying to use last time. Oh look, our new buildings are done. This was also my first time seeing this interface, so allow me to explain. So essentially each artifact comes in different shapes and sizes, being equipable by your hero units. There's a lot of settings to, I guess, enchant armor or weapons at your disposal. Once these items have enchantments, they can only be stored in a reliquary. For example, you can give your bows extra damage, with each level increasing that effect. Speaking of the reliquary, you don't want one person per tile. I just thought it was funny that that was the default, but that's probably gonna get fixed. And this footage is also a few weeks old, so I was given early access to this mod because I was hyped about it. In the artifactor, you can create a whole plethora of different relics for your heroes to wear with their own stats and recipes. Each artifact usually requires expensive items such as machinery, gems, or cellophane, but at the same time, you won't need to make many artifacts. In reality, you'll probably need multiple different artifactors for armor and weapons. It should say what the artifactor needs if you hover over it. Of course, this mod is still in development, so please give Liam some breathing room. Feel free to message him if you found a bug. It'll help make his mod as perfect as possible. When clicking on the shield icon, you get the Heroes tab, where you can hire heroes from your own city, from different buildings. We have healers. Wow. Just like nobles, you can promote each citizen to be a hero. From certain buildings, of course, like the archery range. I have a lot of archers as heroes. I'm playing the Talapi, so of course I have a lot of archers too. They have their own inventory system where you can equip artifacts. The drawbridges this mod adds also looks lovely. On the world map, there are also tiny villages you can raid or plunder or trade with, which is very impressive for a mod. Going back to buildings, I actually had to place a fight pit to randomly spawn a warrior. If you scroll down in their inventories, you want to make sure their armor and weapons are stored up. Okay, so we now have 9 relics. Battles outside of settlements look the same, but if we actually go to a city, then damn, we can actually have battles literally at the city gates. You are fighting outside inside of a generated city, which is what this game really needs as it feels so immersive. You have all of these buildings and roads here placed by some code, which is very impressive and exciting. Another thing is the amount of NPCs and city size. This is reflective of what is found on the world map. Enemies can now fire at you from the walls. This is not a battle, however. This save file got corrupted, or the mods didn't work when I tried to get new footage. So unfortunately, I couldn't show any battles. Each city has a central palace with artifacts you can loot in invasions. How do I explore with my heroes on the world map? Great question. Again, click on the shield icon and choose whatever hero you wish. Livestock is used to increase carry capacity. You can also take money with you. You can also carry any item you want. It's up to you. Once you're ready, click on the location that you want your heroes to travel to, and let's check out this village. Apologies if my screen dimensions are not standardized, but below you can select individual heroes and choose where they should go. And this is what an NPC village looks like in Songs of Syx. Again, you can steal items or instead declare war on the village, as I wouldn't invade large cities with your hero units alone. Their numbers are just too small. They even farm themselves. Wow, this mod creates settlements just like in RimWorld, something I've been waiting for a very long time. And if you want to leave the map, there's a leave button at the top. Where should we go to next? Okay, we are in this freeland city. It's like a faction city, but there's no inner citadel for some reason. There is, again, loot you may steal. And again, this is pretty cool for a mod. I have one of my cavalry units here, with the civilians scattered around. Liam intends on adding taverns to these where you can get quests, which is cool. If you want better loot and gain XP, you can now enter Cantor and Argonosh havens with your heroes. But I wouldn't recommend it because these enemy units are very overpowered. It essentially turns your game into a dungeon crawler, and you essentially get this cool little interface that says something like room 1 of 10. Damn, there's more than one room you need to complete. Your heroes have abilities to level up. I haven't leveled up anything yet. I just really wanted to see inside a Cantor haven, and wow, this is so cool. We have a whole cave system to explore, and this is all generated. This footage is a few days old, so hopefully the mountain walls are fixed here, but it is already really cool. I wish actual armies could enter, however. You can select your own troops and tell them where to go. Let's explore this cave. There's also a feature Jake also wants to add, where your reward is a random technology being discovered in these ancient ruins. The bad guys here look deadly. Damn, I do not want to mess with them. And as I was recording this, dungeons are quite a new feature, so it crashed after 1 minute. Oh yeah, here's what a village raid looks like. Use this to level your hero abilities instead. As villagers, they're easier to capture and pillage. You can also gain new slaves this way. The villagers are running for their lives, waiting for the guards to attack us. But yeah, that was the Heroes of Syx mod. One of the most impressive mods I've ever come across. One thing I forgot to mention is that each hero has its own set of abilities which you can level up. There's also XP you can use to upgrade these abilities. It's kind of like a tech tree. You see, we've got arcane, we've got mages, we've got different classes, and this basically expands combat a lot. So we have dodge over here. We can have animals that fight alongside our heroes. There's racial abilities. Oh, this is so cool. You can personalize these abilities however you wish. And I think generated structures need to be in the game. It's a cool mod. And enchanting your weapons. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's cool. I mean, this mod does a lot more than just add in generated structures. I also forgot to mention that there's a lighter version of this mod without heroes. Bards buff your troops. If we go to barbarians, as you can see, as we've been playing, we've gained quite a lot more, and you can just find people with certain skills across your city. We have a bunch of priests. There's also another class. There's what Argonosh havens look like. They're a bit smaller. They have a different color palette, but there's no Argonosh here. I wonder where oh, there they are. So I guess you start off with something simple. Everyone is at level 0. No one's leveled up. So yeah, let's just start this, see what happens. Actually, let's put our troops over here. Okay, looks like they're not doing anything. They're just waiting. Right, let's get the barbarian to go in. Okay, they're firing at the Argonosh. This is so sick. Small note, so there's an older save file. Yeah, it basically crashed. So please note that older save files might not work if this mod updates. If you're sick of the vanilla game and want to try out something a bit different, I'd recommend this mod, as it has a whole different system. So Liam has told me he's okay with me uploading this video as of now, but again, if you find any bugs, feel free to reach out. This mod is still in development, I will have to emphasize that. I have tried to get more footage from this save file, but looks like this save file is too old, so it didn't work. But according to the feedback he's got, I think everything should be okay. And yeah, that was the Heroes of Syx mod. I hope everyone enjoyed. I make other Songs of Syx content on my channel. As for now, bye bye.